Hi, this is Chris Smith, the Credit Ambassador. I wanted to ask you a question. Did you know that hitting the absolute bottom in life can be a blessing? Now I know this may sound crazy, but let me tell you my story so you can understand why.
Breaking news here, stocks all around the world are tanking because of the crisis on Wall Street.
That gives you an indication of how jittery the markets are.
How to repair your credit, how to increase your credit score, get out of debt. In early 2000, I decided to invest all of my savings and every dime I earned into a startup computer and software design company. Now, I went to college and I earned a degree in computer science, so I thought I knew everything I needed to know about this business, and I was on my way to start making the big bucks. Well, after about a year, most of my beginner's luck started to run dry, and the tragedy of 9/11 hit America, and my business was doomed like many other businesses at that time. The effects of this tragedy caused my computer business to fold and me to personally file for bankruptcy. Like many who file for bankruptcy due to job loss, divorce, medical problems, or other unforeseen circumstances, I found myself in a situation where the only possible solution of protection was in the form of filing for bankruptcy. After doing so, my bank accounts were closed and I wasn't able to open a checking or savings account anywhere. I also had trouble finding a decent apartment because of the credit checks that were required. So, following my bankruptcy, I was determined to reestablish my life back again. I vowed and studied and researched every night and every day, finding ways to recover financially and overcome the woes of having bad credit associated with my bankruptcy. Like anyone with bad credit, whether it's charge-offs, late payments, medical bills, or even bankruptcies, I soon found out that it was nearly impossible to restore my creditworthiness until coming across and learning hundreds of secrets, credit building techniques that I will soon teach you. From my personal life experiences, you may now begin to see my point and why it can be a blessing to hit the absolute bottom. When I hit the bottom, I knew I had to make a radical change in my physical and emotional state. Once I knew what I wanted, I had to clearly define my goals and I was driven to accomplish them. Like most people, I've had as many failures than successes, but what's been helpful is that I've worked hard to learn from these mistakes so I don't have to repeat them. I realized along the way that if we can learn from our mistakes, we can create shortcuts that can help us make a measurable difference for other people in our lives. When you recognize a pattern for failure, you can avoid it. And when you recognize a pattern for success, you can take the on-ramp for what you want much more quickly. And my life is truly about sharing those strategies, those pathways, those shortcuts that will allow us to save ourselves time and pain. Ultimately, what I've learned though is that life is not about success or failure, it's about meaning. It's about the interpretation we give to each event in our life and the event itself. Meanings are shaped by what we believe in and what we value. So if you're going to change your life, you have to follow these simple steps. Step number 1, clearly define your goals with well-rounded questions. What I would like for you to do is write down your goals of what you really want in your life right now. So if you take a piece of paper, write a line directly down the middle, and on one column, list everything you want in your life. Then on the other side, write down everything you do not want in your life. This is the first step for clearly defining your goals. For example, if this past year was not so great for you, a new year gives you a chance to accomplish your clearly defined goals by listing them in the column named what you want in your life right now. Step number 2, write down and define your next action to achieving your goals. The next action means what is the first thing you need to do to work on completing this goal. For example, if your goal is to increase your credit score, repair your credit, and get approved for a home or car loan, then your first action is to empower yourself with the knowledge that I have to offer so you can follow the successful path that I've created for you. If your goal is to start a business, spend more time with family, find love, stop smoking, or the most common one, get in shape, then write down the actions you must take to complete these goals. Clearly define the actions you will need to take to accomplish your goals. You must become accountable for your own goals and the actions you must take to accomplish them. Step number 3, get your finances right. This is where my knowledge is power, but before I go and start teaching you everything you'll ever need to know about credit and how to improve your credit score, First, I need you to write down what's your primary purpose for fixing your credit. This is so you will clearly define the meaning for fixing your credit. Whatever your primary financial goals are, I will help you along the way and teach you exactly what you need to know in my Credit Ambassador Black Book, easy step-by-step videos, and many resources that you will now have access to by visiting CreditAmbassador.com. Thank you and see you soon.